Hey, welcome back. It's time for another Trinity video. We're getting you ready to meditate with us. Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock. This week we will be meditating on the energy of cherish. Cherish, or cherishing, maybe it should be an action verb, I don't know, is a very simple energy. If you think of images of cherishing somebody, it probably involves some sort of holding a special focus on them. You've got a baby in your arms and you're totally focused on them, or you really care for this person, they're part of your family, or your wife or kids or girlfriend or boyfriend, you reach out and you touch their face. There's just this intimate sense of touching with this special intention. How am I going to work that into a martial arts demonstration? Well, if you practice any sort of self-defense system, you will eventually have some sort of training injury. You're going to jam a finger or strain a muscle or something. And there's a very famous scene in the movie The Karate Kid where Mr. Miyagi rubs his hands together and puts this healing energy into Daniel's leg. And you do that a lot. In self-defense classes, you're going to have some sort of injury. You need to learn to put energy into an area. So in many classes, they will teach this technique of rubbing your palms together. I do this about a minute and a half. You know, as you get better at it, maybe it won't take you that long. But the first time, rub for about a minute and a half. And as you rub, breathe. Send the breath through this right hand into the left hand and back out again, so that you're forming this circle. Each breath running through your hands as part of this circle. And you just keep rubbing and you keep breathing. You're building up energy in your hands. But more importantly, you're sensitizing your hands to the feeling of energy. We're going to go a little bit longer. Usually at the end I go a little faster, just to force myself to breathe a little deeper. Because after a while your forearms and your shoulder muscles are going to start going, ow, I'm getting kind of tired here. And that's your signal that they need more oxygen. So you breathe deeper. Sending muscles that are crying out for oxygen a little more oxygen. And when they stop complaining about the lack of oxygen, you know that you've got that energy fully flowing. And then you can stop. And if you have some sort of injury, if you've hurt your knee or something like that, or you have a spot on your hip or something, you can put your hands on both sides of it, and it will help move things along, help heal that. That's the secret of Mr. Miyagi's healing there. But the really cool thing, when you've got your hands sensitized, is that you can kind of feel the energy between them. I've done this with many, many people over the years, and once or twice you get somebody who says, I just can't feel anything, I can't feel anything. Well, they've told themselves that they're not going to feel anything. But if you do it enough times, expecting to find something, eventually you do. You find this squishy, jello-like ball between your hands. You can kind of feel it stretch as you pull out and compress as you pull in. That lets you know that there's energy between your hands. Now there's actually energy all around your hand and all around your body. It's called your aura. What you've got there is two sides of your aura pressing together. But when you get really good at feeling that in yourself, and it's a little easier to feel it between your hands, you can start to make comparisons. Like, this is what my hands feel like. What does it feel like on the wall? And you'll find that you can get much closer to the wall because there's only one part of your aura touching it. Here you've got two parts, so it's double the thickness. But here you can get probably that close before you feel that squishy feeling again. You can do this with other people too. Get yourself a partner. Let them just stand there with their back to you. Put your hands out. See how close you can get to them before you feel that squishy feeling. You're feeling their aura. Well, you're feeling your aura touching their aura. Let's say it that way. The energy field that surrounds you and the energy field that surrounds them touch, and you get that squishy, jello-y, compress, stretch sort of energy feeling. You can get to the point where you intentionally say, I'm going to see how far I can go. And you can breathe and see if you can expand the aura around you and thus expand the distance. You can get your hands pretty far apart before they start feeling like you did on the wall there. When they do feel like you've lost that squishy feeling, you've gone a little too far, go back in, find the edge of your aura again. And then breathe. Consciously try and expand it. Feel the breath forcing your aura outward and see if you can't go a little further before you can still feel that squishy feeling. Try it on another person. Try and stand with your hands out, feeling them. Maybe their back's turned to you so that you're not giving them any cues. But let them take a step forward and see if you can expand to follow them. See if they still feel it. Maybe they can't feel it, maybe you can feel it. But either way, see how far you can go in using the power of your aura. When you get really good at it, then you can walk into a room and instead of pulling your aura in so that you won't be a problem and nobody will touch you, you can extend your aura out. And when you are touching somebody with your aura, you are cherishing them. And when you walk out of there, if you have made contact with people's aura, you will take a little piece of them with you, and you will be cherishing yourself. You will be feeding your aura by taking that magnetic piece from everybody that resonates with you. And you'll say, oh, I'm a little bit like this person now. I've got a little bit of their take on a particular energy added to my take on that energy. You can just magnetically sort of pick up little pieces from people by extending your aura whenever you're around them so that you are touching their energy field. That is the ultimate form of cherishing. If you touch somebody's energy field, you're doing basically what we do when we hold a baby. We're just wrapping them in our intention. It's not just that your hands are under the baby, it's that your whole energy field is holding that baby. You can do that anywhere, in any situation. You can just reach out and touch people with your aura. You are cherishing them. If you think this stuff is interesting, you should stay tuned for more Trinity.